Not that you'd believe it, but the summer is upon us, and it can mean only one thing. The Great British Summer is going to provide a superlative Ashes series where the English will win 5-0 and everyone will have forgot the Aussies even came over here. Delighted to be joined by our very own Tony Grigg in Trevor Harris, a bit of a lookalike if you ask me. Trev, are we going to make these Aussies grovel?
I think we have to. We've got a history of not getting the job done when we're massive favourites. And we've got all this spouting that there's no such thing as a weak Australian side. Well, on paper this is a poor side to say the least. We are pretty strong at the moment, and prices around 4 to 9 look a gift. Better than going to building society, better than getting an ISA out. Just go and get the 4 to 9, sit back and enjoy a comprehensive English victory.
Like finding it on the floor.
Well, if we manage to get beaten this series, I'd give up betting. We're so much more dominant than them. Every position we're better.
Well, my point is this: if the English team were the Aussies and the other way around, the Australian general public would be like, we're going to win this 5-0, the Poms are rubbish, we'll send them packing. They'd be massively overconfident, and every right to. Because we're English, everyone's like, oh well, never underestimate the Australians.
Right.
Hopefully we'll win 2-1. All of this nonsense. They're rubbish. We are so much better than them. It's ridiculous. 2 of their players maximum would get in our team. We're on our own turf, own soil, everything in our favour, everyone in form apart from Compton at the top of the order. We will batter them.
Well,
batter them.
Michael Clark would get in our team, but he's not fit.
Yeah.
Shane Watson at his best would get in our team,
That's
but
it.
he's lost it. Brad Haddon 5 years ago would give Pryor a run, but he's 5 years later.
Not in his league.
Absolutely, this is the worst side they've ever brought over.
The 4 to 9 is an absolute certainty. I'll go on record of saying that. And in terms of correct score, you'd have to be a mentalist to back 5-0 given the weather conditions we have over here. But for me, 4-0 and 3-1 simply because the weather could chuck in a draw there are the 2 I tip up. So 3-1 at 6 to 1 and 4-0 at 10 to 1 are my 2 tips. And England to win the series. For you?
Yeah, possibly 3-0 because of the summer, or supposed summer. The weather might. If we have 5 days play, they cannot survive, can they?
No.
They simply cannot survive.
We've got too good a bowling
We should
attack.
get it done in 4 days. I don't envision them bowling us out twice. I just can't see it happening. So, yeah, I like your scores. 3-0 is an insurance in case we get the summer we got last year. But
Well, not only do I feel sorry for the Aussies, I feel sorry for all the English people that bought tickets for the Monday of the Test because they're not going to be seeing any cricket, are they?
Absolutely.
Right, Trev, let's have a little look at some of the minor markets, the top run scorer, the top batsman, that sort of ilk. In the last couple of series, Cook managed to get 706 runs in Australia. That's 200 more runs than would normally win you that market. Strauss got 474 in 2009 and Ponting got 576 in 2006. So you're looking about the 500 run marker to be the top batsman. And for me, there's only one batsman I'm interested because he just doesn't want to give his wicket away. Even in one-day cricket, he doesn't want to give it away, and that's Jonathan Trott.
Yeah.
The most boring cricketer of all time, thank God he's English. 4 to 1, Trott, top run scorer, is the only bat I could consider having there on the English front.
Yeah, totally agree. Cook has got the record of a true great. He's very good. They'll have plans for him. They always target the captain. If they can keep it in that corridor of uncertainty, they might subdue him. But if they bowl too straight or too wide, he will bat all day and get big. Yeah, I agree with Trott. Can't have Peterson on my mind. If fit, he's second in. Love a match.
I hope he doesn't play.
A match bet Trott over Peterson would be fine on the floor.
We'll beat them without Peterson, and no one wants Peterson in the side anyway because he's an idiot.
Yeah,
So,
Compton looks frail at the top. Bell will score plenty, will come in too late. Love Joe Root, but he'll be 6 probably, and if he opens, he'll be vulnerable because you have to learn that trade. So yeah, Cook or Trott, and at the bigger price, Trott's the call.
yeah, I'd love to see Cook do it. I'm a huge Cook fan, and he's every right to be favourite, but I just think he's a bit skinny at 9 to 4. Twice the price of Trott. There's no reason he should be that big for me. On the bowling front, we'll come on to the Aussies in a minute if they're even worth talking about. But there's this big thing at the moment about how Stephen Finn's been dropped for the one-day series. He's out of favour. I'm not buying into that at all. He's the future of the English game. I think he's being rested with a view to the Test matches coming up and a long series in front of him. And I think he's a cracking bet to be the top wicket taker at 4 to 1.
Yeah, if you could confidently play 5 tests, he'd be the call. He'd be our quickest bowler right now.
Yeah.
And he's pretty consistent. The lines he bowls, if he can get as fit the whole summer, he will get lots of wickets. I mean, Anderson is too short, but you've got to love Jimmy, haven't you?
Yeah.
Broad.
He's so inconsistent, Broad. He'll get 7 wickets one minute and he'll get 0 for 126 the next.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, he's a great player. He deserves his place in the side. But he's not punting material.
No, he does. Him and Finn bowl very well left-handers. I mean, I bet Swan. He'd probably be our only spinner. If we get down to the spinners, I think he'd get lots of wickets at the end. And he's a fair call. I think he's a certainty to play all 5 tests bar injury.
He is. I just think will the wickets be conducive to spin compared to no doubt overcast weather every single day during the Great British Summer. I just think Finn for me is steepling bounce. I want to be with him.
Yeah.
Right, let's give them a mention, Australia. Like we said, for me, only Clark and Watson would get in the side. Clark's got a bad back. He's getting old these days. And Watson is so out of nick, it's untrue. It looks like he's batting with a stump. I can't tip up Michael Clark to be top scorer at 6-4, even though he's the best player by a mile. They're all rubbish. I'd probably put up Watson at 5-1 simply because if he found any sort of nick, a couple of hundreds and that's him done, he'll be top scorer. But
it's a tragic list. It sort of emphasises the sort of our superiority. Really. I mean, people like Ed Cowan, Chris Rogers. I mean, these are journeyman Aussies who wouldn't be considered. I mean, when they're at their best, they had players like Michael Divanutu, Stuart Law, quality players wouldn't even be considered. That's how poor they are now, I'm afraid.
It's got, you think about it, we used to have 2 players that get in their side, they've now got 2 players.
They could have a team that were playing county cricket that beat us 10 years ago, who wouldn't even be considered. I mean, the value for me would be Haddon, because he'd be going a lot of times when they're sort of 75 for 5. Might get a few 50s, and at 14-1, he's a solid performer. He gets the job done. He probably averaged 35. That might be enough.
Christ, if we get beaten this series, this is going to have to go in the archive, I think.
Yeah.
Bowling wise, much of a muchness. Patterson, Siddle, Stark, all around the 3-1 mark. I like Peter Siddle. He's gutsy, puts it in. He runs in on the spot. I'd probably put up Siddle at 7-2 to be top scorer. But for me, I like Trott at 4-1, and I like England to win the series at 4-9. You?
Yeah, I'm with England. I mean, we really can't fail to win this, surely. Haddon at 14 is too big, top Australian batsman. With you on Trott, and their bowling, possibly Siddle as well. He's very game. He won't stop trying, but they are in terrible trouble this summer.
Well, as I think you can guess, we're probably pretty much top price everything to do with Australia. So whether you're an England fan or an Australian fan, good luck with whatever you want to back. Please do call us on 08000 521 321 or visit the website. But enjoy the Ashes series, and we wish you all the best of luck.